I don't ever want to hate Tekken.
A few moments later.
I fucking hate Tekken! All right, chat. So here we are back again for another episode of the Pride Talks live with the Doc podcast, man. This is episode 3, big episode 3, man. I feel like my boy has a 3 aura about him, so I had to make him big episode 3, man. It's my boy, my guy right here, my personal favorite streamer right now. You check him out. He's right beside me. We're gonna ask some questions, get to know him, and yeah, man. So this is my guy Sage. Those of you that are part of the stream, part of my Twitch community, you're already very familiar with him. But you know, we're gonna do things on the podcast side, the YouTube side, so you can get to know my brother a little bit better. And yeah, man, and then we'll have a first to 5 like we always do, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so we're just gonna talk about Tekken, talk about life, and talk about multiple things, man, variety of things. So please, first things first, Sage, what's your name, or what do you prefer to go by? Where you from, and how long you been playing Tekken?
So again, my name is Sage. I go by Jody sometimes. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I don't live there currently, but that's where I'm from.
Okay.
And I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 3, honestly. That was my first Tekken, and I played it, I want to say, Tekken 3 came out in 99, so I think I played it in 2001, 2002.
Okay.
And I've ever since.
Okay, it's been a little minute, man. So you said that, where do you currently reside now, if you don't mind disclosing?
I live in West Virginia right now.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Then you said that your name is Sage, which I already know. You said your name is Jody, but I think one thing you forgot something, man. I heard that through the grapevine, of course, that you go by the vagrant vagabond Shogun of Sorrow.
The Shogun of Sorrow.
Hey,
yes,
hey, man, I ain't hear you say none of that, man. You care to elaborate? You care to elaborate on the origins of the name? Yes, sir. You know we do our research right here, man. You know what I'm talking
about? I've always had like a weird like fascination with Japanese culture, but primarily the stuff that started in like the feudal era type shit.
Okay, like feudal Japan and stuff.
I just
okay.
So I've always loved anything related to samurai, ninja, shogun, daimyo, all that stuff. I've been fascinated with. So I try to base my stream environment around that, and you know.
Yeah, I definitely feel that Japanese aura. You know what I'm saying? The ambiance is real. You know what I'm saying? Real Japanese feudal Japan like. So you definitely succeeded in that, man. That's dope, though. So it's basically just a name that, you know, came about from your, I don't know, saying infatuation, but your fondness of the Japanese culture, feudal Japan, and stuff like that. Right. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's dope. That's very dope, man. All right, so back to Tekken. Which one? You said Tekken 3 was your first?
Tekken 3 was my first, but Tekken 5 is my favorite.
Tekken 5 is your favorite. Okay. Yeah. So what about like now that we're at Tekken 7? How long have you been playing this one? Have you been playing since it came out, or?
So I've been playing Tekken 7 since launch.
Okay.
But it was kind of intermittently and on and off kind of thing. Like it was always with the homies, like casually playing with the homies, whether it was online or face to face type shit. Like it never, you know, it was always just cool. Like we casually played and had fun pressing buttons. So.
Okay. Heck yeah, man. Speaking of playing casually, I'll go into that a little bit later, but I know, so they have Tekken. So what about Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag? I know you said Tekken 5 was your favorite. You said you played Tekken 7 since launch. You always play all the Tekkens throughout the franchise, like every installment? Or, okay.
Yeah, every single installment. I appreciate Tekken 6 because Tekken 6 brought me Leo and Lars, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Who are two of my favorite. I don't play them, but they're two of my favorite characters in the series. And the first Tag is definitely goated. I love that game. But Tag 2 was like, I think my first online experience was Tag 2. That was the first time I played an online ranked or anything like that. So.
Okay, and speaking of Lars, man, how'd you feel about that Lars trailer, man?
That Lars trailer was fire. I was like, man, I might need to start playing Lars for Tekken 8 because that trailer was pretty fire.
That's what's up, man. So I mean, just based off his history, historically, you're going to be playing Tekken 8 for sure. Then that's a sure thing. Sure. Okay. That's what's up, man. So as opposed to just the Lars trailer, how do you feel about all the other trailers, and including like some of the new mechanics, in particular the heat system? How do you feel about that? Like, where are you at with the game? You think it's going to be very optimistic about it, or you feel like you're not sure, or what?
I'm not excited about that heat system. And to answer the trailer question, I think every trailer was fire except Jin. I was not feeling that Jin trailer at all. I thought that Jin trailer was so mid, man.
You ain't lie. I'm not gonna lie. Being honest too, I liked all of them pretty much, but I will say that Jin is definitely one of the more dull ones for me. I thought Paul was kind of kind of. But I really like the Nina and the Law was fire to me. Kazuya too.
I think my top two would be Kazuya and King. That King trailer
that King was dope.
that King trailer went crazy. Man.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. And so you mentioned earlier as well. I wanted to kind of piggyback off of something you mentioned was that you play casually, and that you mostly just press buttons. But as of late, you know, like I said, you've been playing Tekken for a solid minute, albeit casually. But recently, you've been getting more competitive with it, diving into the characters at a more deeper level. What made you decide to do that, and what inspired you? And do you consider I guess, yeah, what inspired you to suddenly do that, considering that you've been playing the game at a casual level for a while?
As you know, I found your stream via Elden Ring. I didn't even know you played Tekken. And I think it was the first or second money match you hosted that I came to, and I saw somebody get 10-0'd, and I was like, I don't ever want that to be me. So I started... Don't do that. But I started. I was like, man, like I want to play this game at a higher level because that looked rough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hope it wasn't me. Hell.
It was somebody that doesn't come around.
Hey, you good? I don't blame him. I'd hit too.
I was like, I don't want that to be me. Man.
Yeah, man, I feel that. That's what's up, though, man. Yeah, so I'm glad that we can have that impact on one another, because you definitely have an impact on me. So I think that's dope, man. And I did want to ask you though, now that you have dived deeper into these characters, is there a player, casual, recreational, or professional, that you look up to for inspiration or motivation to improve in Tekken, or even just improve with your characters that you chose, or what?
Definitely you, number one.
I appreciate that,
G6,
bro. That means a lot,
number
bro.
2, and Mr. J, number 3.
That's what's up, man.
The three of y'all. And I play with a lot of good people, and I'm not saying these names to discount anybody else, because a lot of people help me get better at this game.
Right.
When I look at the way y'all play as a collective, that's how I want to play this game. That's how I envision myself playing this game. So.
That's what's up, bro. I appreciate that, man. I definitely see that as a compliment, man. Got me out here blushing, man. Now that you we know that you played a lot of characters. What characters do you play now more? I guess more effectively. Like, what character are you looking into? I know it's Leo and I know Lydia. Is there anybody else, or is that primarily it?
Those two.
Those two?
So each season of Tekken 7, when they would do the season patches, I would switch mains. I had 3. I always had a big 3. So
Okay.
I don't remember all the way back, man. But season 3, I remember I was playing a lot of Brian. I was playing Warong, and I was playing I don't remember who the third was.
I don't believe the game been out for a minute, man. So we definitely understand.
It's been out for a long time.
Yeah, we understand, man.
So yeah, but I kept switching, and like I said, I was not good at the game. Like I was playing casually, so I just I tried to stick with 3 people and just play with them. So
yeah, but as long as you enjoy it, man, you know. So that's number one. You know, sometimes I forget that playing Tekken I rage so much. I forget that I'm playing the game to enjoy it. I fucking hate Tekken. But could you elaborate on how you?
Fun, I can't play.
Say it again.
I said, if I'm not having fun, I can't play.
Amen. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. So how do you end up playing or sticking with Lydia and Leo? What stood out about those two characters?
So Leo, like I said, that started in Tekken 6, so I was always gonna play Leo. But Lydia, man, I was watching your stream, if I'm not mistaken, and I saw somebody. It wasn't Raze and it wasn't Mr. J. It was a random player.
Okay.
And they did her Heaven and Earth stance transitions, and I was like, who is that? Because I hadn't bought Lydia. Like I had everybody but Lydia.
Okay.
I was like, man, who is that character?
Right.
And then somebody typed in the chat Lydia, and I was like, oh, hold on. And I went and bought her immediately, and I've been playing Lydia since.
That's what's up, man.
I love the pure karate side of how she fights. I think the stance transitions are extremely stylish when you can get them off into a move. Like,
Facts.
I love the way her character is built as a combatant. I enjoy playing. The parries that she has are fire. Like, she's just a dope character to me.
Right. So I know a lot of people that played Lydia before due to the nurse, the most recent nurse. They haven't played. I know you just really recently picked her up, but do you feel like you have any type of I guess, do you feel like you're set back by her nurse, or anything about her that makes you not want to play her? Like, maybe you feel like she's lacking something, or could have something else, or you feel pretty much not?
This is me speaking as someone who doesn't have the mathematical and scientific Tekken knowledge
Right.
when it comes
Right.
to frames and everything. But I
Right.
always, a lot of the time, I feel like I'm a lot slower than my opponent when it comes to getting a move out with just certain options that she has. But like I said, that's coming from a place of not knowing better, because I'm sure somebody would be like, nah, you have this, this, and this that are great, you know, what am I trying to say? Options, you know, that are great options to use in, you know, XYZ situation. So.
That's what's up. I think a lot of the times you wouldn't really know. I know, at least for me, like I don't really, like I know I'd be like, oh, Julia, I complain about this with Julia, that on Julia, but I don't really know from the perspective of other characters what they're lacking and stuff. And then, you know, like without you explaining that to me seeing Lydia as an opponent, I don't really see that she's lacking in speed or this or that. But again, I'm sure that if you fight Julia, you don't see the stuff that she's lacking that I would express to you. Right. So yeah, so that's a dope part of Tekken, man. And also too, I know I know you have a military background, correct?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and then so maybe that's what I'm thinking. Could be a reach, but maybe you kind of gravitated towards Lydia for some innate sense of duty, maybe to protect the prime minister. You feel like you got to make her look good because consider she's a prime minister of Poland. I don't know, maybe that got something to do with it, man.
Fun fact about Lydia: back during the time when they used to do, I would say like the late '90s, early 2000s, there was a slew of kung fu movies that came out. I want to say some from the '80s, where they would have a white American actress out here kicking ass.
Right.
There's some fan theories saying that Lydia is supposed to be the representation of those actresses that perform,
that portray those characters.
That's what, because I love kung fu movies, so
right?
That's why I like Lydia. So
right, and you know it's so funny because that movie that you showed us during the movie night, man, showed us the rest of the stream. Raid, yes, and they had that. Wasn't that? Was it they had like, I don't know if they're in a relationship or what, but the Asian lady and the white lady, but the white lady was kicking ass in there, man. That's what you just remind me of. But maybe it wasn't Raid, maybe it was something else.
That was The Night Comes For Us.
The Night Comes For Us, yeah. But had the same actor as Raid, right? Okay, yeah, I got the confused. Right. Yeah, she was out there kicking behind, man. She was out there kicking butt for real, man. Now I'm gonna put you on the hot seat, bro. You're already on the seat. It's about to get a little warm. Of the two, if you could only pick one, who would it be? Leo, Lydia. Lydia for sure. No hesitation. That's what I'm talking about. Well, can you explain
Leo,
why?
But that is the character. If I ever or when I ever get good at this game, I want to be known as the Lydia. Like that.
The Lydia facts.
I want to be the Lydia. So.
Yes, sir, man. You already got that title. And as far as I'm concerned, in my stream, because I think you and Ray's plays her as a side character. So. Yeah, you definitely, when I think of a mains that comes to that's in the TOD, I definitely think of you first when it comes to Lydia. And is there anybody else that you play or care to maybe play in the future?
Tekken 8, I want to play. Well, I can't even say Tekken 8 because we don't know.
We don't know, right?
But I want to play. My list of characters for the future is Brian, Heihachi, Zafina, and Lars. I want to play those four.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you'll be a beast of a Brian. That makes sense.
I would love to play Brian, man, but I don't have that skill set yet to play him. That's a technical character, so
his execution is pretty difficult.
Yeah, when I'm ready to play him, I'm definitely gonna try to play him. And G6, you already know who I'm coming to first.
right. Shout out to G6. Another person he mentioned was, say that I had the honor to be mentioned with G6 and Mr. J, man. They actually have the podcast episodes of the first two, man. Go check those out as well. Now we're gonna take a short commercial break. Maybe about to get into a quick first to five with my guys. We get to know more about him and his Tekken journey, man. So stay tuned. All right, man. So now we're about to get into the first of five segment with my guy Sage, man. Like I say, man, my personal favorite streamer. Check him out on Twitch. His socials and especially his Twitch will definitely be in the description of this video. So go check that out, man. Hit him with a follow. You will not regret it, man. Definitely recommend that. Recommend you do so. You can thank me later. So also I want to ask you, staying on the topic of characters, I think that's where we left off. What do you think makes your character good, or at least attractive to you in particular? We can start off with Leo. The one that you like a little bit less than the other, than Lydia.
What you said? What made me want to play Leo?
Yeah. Well, what makes you want to play them? What makes them attractive to you, right? So what makes you want to play them? And what do you think makes your character good? Like, what are some of their strengths compared to the rest of the roster from your perspective?
I like the balance of being able to be, and I could say this for both Leo and Lydia, being able to be aggressive and oppressive, but also have a bunch of defensive options like the parries and I mean, it's like I don't have all the Tekken knowledge, but
yeah, you good, yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Right,
like
right.
there's things about them that fit my style, and I had to learn that playing the games all these years that you can't exactly just hop around the roster and play everybody. Like there's these characters they fit certain styles, and like I've been watching videos about that, and it helped me hone in on them both. Doing that research. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like I'm new to the game as well, and I'm definitely not hip to all the terminology myself. So, yeah, man. But I don't think that disqualifies you from knowing what you're talking about. You know, so we trying to get your experience, how you feel about the character, and you never know who could watch and who might relate to you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think this is good. And so now that we talked about Leo, what about Lydia? What makes her attractive to you? What attracted you to her, and what makes her good to you, in your opinion? As a character,
her fighting style, the pure karate, and I feel like, because I don't remember who exactly it was. I want to say it was Mr. J that said that when it comes to pure Tekken, like Jin would be at the top, and he said Lydia comes the closest to Jin. I think it was Mr. J that said that. Somebody said that.
Yeah, it sounds like some philosophical stuff he would say.
And it kind of
analytical stuff.
It kind of made me realize like this, because I've always liked Jin. I've just never been good enough to play him.
Right.
It made me realize like this is my character. Like I can play her. I can get wins from her.
Right. I think that's dope, man. I think the way that you find a character, like how I found my character, was just I just found something that I related to, and I think that's what makes people best with their character. Because like when you do get nerfed or something negative happens, what else would make you stay with that character besides the passion that you have for them? So I don't know. I think without that, you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage. And then so I kind of asked you what in particular made you pick Leo and Lydia. Now I know you mentioned Brian as a potential character, and I think you said Lars as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Lars, I like his fighting style is what am I trying to say? Like non-traditional. He has a weird fighting style, and I always thought that was really cool about him. But he's also, very aggressive.
Right. He be flying
in the way he moves. Like, yeah, exactly. He be flying. So I've always thought that was cool about him, and the fact that he's like a Mishima, but not a Mishima type.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Could you elaborate on that, like lore wise? Because I know me being new to the game, I'm not really too familiar, but I think he's Heihachi's son, right? But
he's
different mother.
So Heihachi he had a one night stand in Sweden.
Oh, he's getting his freak on.
And yes, sir. And Lars was the product of that.
Okay.
And he just kind of like doesn't claim Lars at all. So yeah.
So Lars got a chip on his shoulder there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just like the rest of the Mishima sons.
Facts. And then so also Lars and Jin, they have like a pretty strong relationship though, right? I think so.
I wouldn't say strong because Jin knows who Lars is, but he doesn't exactly accept him. And that's, I think, my theory on that is because he doesn't have to. Like Jin has one goal, and that Lars ain't standing in his way, so Lars is not a problem.
Okay. So Jin really focused.
He don't be looking at him like that's my uncle. He's just like that's another.
Just another person.
Another
so nothing getting in the way of Jin's ambition, I guess.
Right.
Now, relative to, I know I asked you about Lydia and Leo. Now we're gonna focus on Lydia, so that's who you're using right now. But you could talk about Leo if you prefer as well. But do you consider Lydia to be strong from your perspective, compared to the rest of the roster of Tekken? Like relative to the rest of the roster?
I think Lydia is right where she needs to be. I didn't get to play her before she got nerfed, so I think she's exactly where she needs to be. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. I don't think she needs anything. But,
right.
Same with Leo, but Leo's been around for a while, so it wasn't hard for them to get Leo right.
So. True. That makes sense. I know, like I said, I know that they nerfed her and like a lot of people left her. stop playing her or complain about it or whatever. But yeah, I consider Lydia to be a very good character, man. I think that you use her very well too and make her look good. So that's dope. That's dope in itself. So let me think. Can you elaborate on some of the strengths of Lydia?
I wish I had the ability to do that. I just, like I said, I don't know. I play the game, man. I don't get into that. I don't get into the arguments with people about stuff. I don't be telling nobody I'm better than them. I enjoy Tekken. I enjoy the people I've met in Tekken, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to play the games and to get better along the way.
Right. So like, I know one of the things that stand out when I fight Lydia, man, like when I'm trying to I ain't gonna say I try to take away, but I'm very cautious of like that right there. That string, I'm not the best at knowing strings, and her wall splats are very good in my opinion. Especially that hop kick, man. You know, that vacuum hop kick, as Akuma would say. That thing is like, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. That thing is very, I think it's very, very dangerous. I don't know. Like, I'm similar to you. Like, I don't know how it is relative to the rest of the roster. Like, if she has a top 5 hop kick or a top 2 hop kick, whatever, I'm not really concerned about that. But when I'm playing, I'm definitely wary of that for sure.
Right.
Now, from how you play and how you want to play, what do you think is some of her weaknesses? Like that, what you would like if you could, I don't know, maybe add anything to her game or improve anything on her game.
Anything to her game?
Yeah. Good launch.
Like, I mean, like I said, I think she's a solid character. It's all for me. It's all me.
Good stuff.
Like, there's things that I need to add to my game. GG's.
Yeah, GG.
There's things that I need to add to my game. So it's like I said, those I call stuff like that, like Tekken politics. I don't get into those conversations,
right?
You know what I mean? Like it's for me, and I get FG's like fighting game culture and that kind of thing, but it's hard to get into conversations like that when almost everybody always disagrees. Like that's what it feels like. So you never know what really the truth is.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
You don't.
You know, let somebody tell it. Maven is a broken, terrible character, and then let somebody else tell it she has no tools to defend against anything. And you know what I mean? Like
everything's risky, right?
I've never been. Yeah, everything's risky. I've never been good at those conversations.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that, though. I mean, you make perfect sense with that, because that's how I feel too. I was saying, I'd be like, you never seek the honest opinion of a character from somebody that means that character. And
that character. Yeah, all they gonna do is talk them down.
Yep, that's it, bro.
They're gonna tell you why you shouldn't play that character.
Right. They make you think that their character has no arms and no legs, man. They just say out their handicap, man. But yeah, so I can definitely relate to that, and yeah, I can definitely sympathize with that as well, man. It's like, bro, like, I think that's one thing I talk a lot of trash about Tekken, but I do think one of Tekken's strengths is that it has a large roster and everybody is viable. You know, everybody you could win with anybody. Now I'm not saying that everybody's equal or everybody's as easy as this one, but I do think if you like the character, you have a passion, like you said, you have a passion. No matter what, I'd imagine you use Lydia. No matter what, I'm gonna use Julia. So if you have a passion, that is gonna drive you to be good, and every character is good enough to take you where you want to go, in my opinion. So I definitely relate to you. And
like the DLC argument. That's the famous one,
bro.
The DLC argument is hilarious, bro. Like I literally check out the conversation when that starts.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts, bro. I just go about my business, man. Now, so like speaking of DLC, man, you know, obviously we both made DLCs with Lydia and Julia. I use Julia, and I get a lot of heat from it. Do you experience heat from Lydia, from playing Lydia? Can you elaborate on some of that?
The rare occasions that I win, I get the DLC, the DLC character hate, or they need to nerf her again because she's still got these BS parries and all of that.
Right.
So
that's funny, man.
But it's not too often. So
yeah,
I really don't know about much, bad mouthing that happens with Lydia personally. Like I don't know what things people that are commonly said about her right now, other than the nerf killed her. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, I kind of feel like you should be getting a lot. Appreciate it, bro. You should. Dang, I dropped it. You should be getting a lot of well, at least the hate or disdain for her should have died down, man. Everybody complain about like you said, the nerfs and all that, so you can't have it both ways. Thank you, bro. That's 1+2.
Yeah, so like with Julia, man, both being that they're both DLC, outside of that, how do you think that they compare and contrast with each other? Like, what are some things that you feel like they have similar, some things that they're very different from, as far as like, I guess you could say how you would approach it if you played Julia? Differently, how you approach the game differently from how you play Lydia if you were to play Julia?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind playing Julia. But I've seen so many good Julias. It's like, damn, how do I get to that? You know what I mean? Like, how do I get to that point? You,
that.
Wami. I finally got to see. I got to see Land Fight finally. I want to say, I think Cade uses Julia sometimes.
Yep, he does. Yeah, I think he is TTG or TGP, something like that.
I do think they have quite a few similarities, but one question I do have is, does Julia have any parries at all?
No.
Does she parry anything?
Well, okay, so I just found this out. Shout out to G6 and Haiku. She has a parry that apparently was more effective in Tekken 6 or something like that. It's like a low parry, but it's from a move. So I didn't even know about it. I never did it. Yeah, it comes from a. Okay. It comes from a move. I can't remember what move it is, but yeah, I don't see. A low parry is a jab. So a dick jab. If you do a low jab, it'll low parry that. I mean, not low parry. It'll parry that, but it doesn't parry into a combo. It just parries, just moves you and then hits you. You know. That right there. That's how you do it right there. If out of that move, if you do a low jab, I believe that parry. I think that's it right there. So I don't know how effective that would be. So yeah, she does have a parry in my estimation. Like I said, I didn't even know about it until like a week ago. So
yeah, this one, oh, you grabbed me. I was gonna show you the one that Lydia has.
My bad.
It looks like an unblockable, but if you strike into it with a mid, it turns into a parry. And I didn't know she had that until I did it by accident one day.
Okay, yeah, that's fire, man. Yeah, that's the thing. The game is so there's so many things about the game, man, that it really takes a while to master, man. So many different things with characters, especially if you play multiple characters, man. But that's one thing I do admire about you. I know you said you played casually, but you played a lot of characters. Like me, outside of Julia, I don't know nothing about nothing. Like if I switch characters right now, bro, I'm dead. Like I won't be able to do anything. But like you having that experience, I think that really helps. I think it's really gonna help with your development. Not only with Tekken, knowing all the characters on the roster, but also with Lydia, because you're gonna know what to do against this tendencies of this character, how to react with your character. So I think that's dope, man.
I think up to Tekken 7, the only characters I refuse to play are the Bears, Ganryu, and Chloe. Those are like the only people.
1, 2.
Yeah, I like that.
That's funny, man.
I played literally everybody else, but I'm not good with them. But I play them.
Right.
So. Yeah.
So, and to answer the question, how I would compare personally Julia and Lydia, like the similarities. I think that they both have depending on who's playing them, of course, but I think they both have the ability to be very aggressive and oppressive too, like in their fighting style. I think that's dope. So, yeah, I would actually use. I've actually heard from a guy that's a TGP Lydia and a TGO Julia. In his opinion, that Julia and Lydia are very similar as far as play styles. And I was like, I never got that until I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. I can see that for sure.
Julia is, to me, a good combination of Leo and Lydia. And Leroy, I've said for a while the same thing, just in a different way.
Okay.
Like he's got a lot of qualities that they share. You know what I mean?
Right. I never thought about that, man. I definitely heard the Leo and Julia comparison for sure. But yeah, no, that makes sense, man. That makes a whole lot of sense. I gotta lock in, man. Oh Lord, hold on. bro, I ain't gonna lie, that scared me, bro. I didn't know what happened, bro. Yo. Bro, I thought I actually did a raid job. I said, how I did that? I didn't know what happened, bro. That's a parry. Hey, okay, yeah, that's sweet though. Yeah, man. If I could have anything on Julia, man, it would definitely be like a parry of any sort, man. I don't care if it just parries elbows or just parries punches. I would like a real legitimate parry, man. I think that'd be dope for me if I could take anything for Julia. What I was gonna say too, and so despite the fact that we fight each other quite a bit, man. Outside of me, if you're fighting a Julia, or even inclusive of me, I ain't gonna say exclusive of me, but like even including me, like when you're fighting me, what are you trying to take away from me? Like, what are you trying to negate? What move are you trying to negate? What's your game plan on defeating Julia? Like, does it change when you're fighting any other character? You pretty much stay the same as far as your, what you plan to do.
Especially when it comes to you have pretty, in my opinion, some pretty insane mixes, and I can never tell when that low is coming. That low that you do, that sends me every time. So when I try to fight you, my goal is to low parry that low as many times as I can. And
okay, that makes sense, man. That makes sense, bro. I do, like, I hear that I go for the low even too much, especially back 3 with it being slow. But yeah, when I first started playing, I didn't really know about safe and thanks. I didn't really. Oh, I dropped it though. I didn't really know about being safe, and I just that move just worked a lot. The back 3, even though it's slow, but counter hit quite a bit, and I think it's kind of somewhat of a bad habit. But I do want to ask you too, what. They always say my best tool is bow and arrow and party crasher. Primarily party crasher. They say is the best move in the game. What do you think is Lydia's best move? And Leo's too, if you care to dive into that.
Lydia's best move?
Yeah.
Definitely 4-4-3.
Okay.
That's that scoop and kick she does.
Okay.
I would say that back 1-4 parry that I was telling you about that looks like it's a parry, because when you sneak that into somebody's combo, they just stand there like, whoa, what? They just stand
like what happened to me,
the
bro?
only person that has been able to avoid that is Dre, and that's how I knew Dre was good, because Jin is a parry god.
Facts.
Jin can parry everything.
Facts.
When I did that move to Dre the first time, it hit. The second time I tried it, he parried the parry. I didn't even know you could do that.
Parry the parry, double parry, looking scary.
I put my controller down, bro.
I'm
like, okay, yeah.
out of plug. Quick match, it don't matter. That's funny. I didn't know that either, man. That's crazy. Yeah, Dre is definitely nice too, man. And
I think.
Yo, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say I think Dre is very underrated, man.
Right. Right.
As a Tekken player.
Right. So, what do you think is Leo's? I know you talked about Lydia's. What do you think Leo's best moves are from your perspective?
It's I'm trying to remember the input. The back, it's like back 3-2 or back 3-1, something like that. It's the one that's like the low spinning kick, and then it goes into a launch where you can punch the
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I abused that. Obviously 4-4-2. 4-4-2 is great.
4-4-2, okay.
What's another good one? I mean, the parries. I love Leo's parries.
Good stuff. Good. Ooh. Sidewalk? Hot kick? Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. Okay, I know, like, when I'm fighting Lydia, like I said, I'm mostly afraid of her ability to be so aggressive and just, like, turn that on whenever and just walk me down. So what I try to do to stop that is I try to initiate the pressure with Julia, especially with that FF1, and I try to also interrupt her stances with, I should have did a freaking rage art with my Magic 4. Appreciate it, bro. So yeah, and then with Leo, I really don't even know how to deal with him yet. So I just be going in there and trying to fill it out, man. To be honest.
Yeah, I play a lot of Leo too, just to get a break from Lydia, because Lydia does frustrate me sometimes when I can't get these inputs right. Like you always tell me, work on your sample combos and your optimal combos.
Yep.
And it's I don't want to say more fun playing Leo, but I like I said, I use Leo as a break because I really am working on Lydia. Like I don't really work on Leo. I enjoy Leo being a super. What? Oh,
that was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I hit you with a super kick. I was like, you had too much life to die. I thought I won that too. I ain't gonna lie. Good stuff. A nice sidewalk on that race drive. All right, go ahead. What you were saying? Sorry.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That little interaction was crazy right there, man. I know you're talking about having more fun playing Lydia. More fun playing Leo as opposed to Lydia.
Yeah, and that's not to say I don't have fun playing Lydia, but Lydia is a job for me, and Leo is not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would love to learn more Leo strat, but she doesn't feel like a job. So.
Right, now I feel that. To be honest with you, that's I want to play Negan after I get Julia to a certain rank. That's why, because I feel like Negan's gonna be like he's just gonna be, the execution's not gonna be as heavy. I'm gonna be able to just have more fun. Of course I have fun playing Julia, else I wouldn't play her. But yeah, it'll be like more relaxation enjoying the game, you know, trying different things, and not have the burden of worry about execution and getting this right, getting that right, the timing of this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel that, bro. I definitely feel that, man. And I did want to ask you, man. So what are some of your strengths? Not your character strengths, but some of yours personally. Like, so when you come into the game, I'm a firm believer that the character is gonna get you to a certain extent, to a certain place, you know. But I think the majority of it is that you are bringing something to the character. You're putting life into the character. You're making that character reflect your play style. What do you feel about you that you bring to Lydia that's unique to you, and what do you think is your biggest, your most advantageous ability to do with, you know what I'm saying? What do you make shine on Lydia from your play style? What do you bring to Lydia? I guess that's a better, more concise.
I think I do, because people try to talk me out of using the parries, but I love them, and I've gotten good at it, especially fighting certain people, getting her parries out. And I'm not talking about like the high one I did. Like I can get out all three. If I play you enough, I will know when to do my parries and like check you and make you stop being aggressive, so I can take my turn back. I would say something else too, like when I can get momentum and when I have like the two actual combos I know, I can get them off once I get some momentum. But I can also play patient when I need to.
Right. And that's something I've been trying to implement in my own game, man, is patience. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but my only S+ stat is freaking aggression. So I'm trying to work on my patience as well, man. I think that's gonna come though, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna come. Good stuff. I know what, like, my biggest issue with that is just
that low. See, that when you play Julia, that low, man.
Yes, sir. That saves me a lot, man. That saves me a lot, bro. I be trying to like play, like you mentioned G6, and even the way you play, you know, you definitely implemented more patience, and you know, Mr. J also a patient player. That's what I've been gaining from them. You know, I've been trying to just implement more patience in my game, but at the same time, I don't want to lose my identity too. I think part of what makes me good is my explosiveness and my lack of, I ain't gonna say my lack of knowledge, because I don't really know much in regards to the game, but also my lack of concern of doing the math in my head, like, okay, that frame, let me do a 12 frame response, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just play with it and play with my feel, you know? Yeah, I think that's your strength.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Because I've had a couple of sessions with Shot-Town. Shouts out to Shot-Town, because he's another awesome Tekken player who does not mind helping you if you ask.
Facts.
He was trying to teach me about using my jab punish. Like he said, Lydia has one of the best jabs in the game, and I never seen you use it. Why?
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't know it was one of the best in the game.
Me either.
Yeah, but he said it can check almost anything in this game. So.
Good stuff. It can check almost anything in the game, any move. That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean not any move, but you know most shit.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I didn't mean. Yeah, I know what you meant. My fault. I just repeated. Yeah, that's dope though. I didn't know her job was so strong. Like, so for example, I know about like Gigas has a nice 1-2, even wall splats or whatever. But I didn't know like Lydia was known for having a strong jab game. That's fire. I know.
And then when he told me that, it definitely changed how I play her.
Right. Heck yeah, you want to play to your strengths, man. Like, I remember a little quick story. Like, I still don't think I use FF1 as much as I should, but I definitely started trying to use it more. I definitely started to try to use it more and implement that more in my game. You know, once I find out how people are afraid of it, you know, what it does to people's state of mind when playing against Julia, man. And, okay, so now we've talked about some of your strengths, what you bring to the character. Like, you know, we're all about productivity and being proactive around here. What do you feel that you identify are weaknesses within yourself when it comes to playing Tekken, and how are you going about improving upon them? I know you hinted towards some of them earlier, but could you care to elaborate on that?
My main weaknesses, I think, would be I rush in a lot. I'm impatient when I get frustrated.
Right.
So
me too.
So rushing in to my opponent, I get impatient. So those are two. Not knowing my move list yet, because I don't know Lydia's entire move list yet. I need to learn that. And the combos are holding me back. I got to learn combos, but I think outside of that, man, I do okay for what I know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. So actively, like, I laugh because I don't know my 10-hit string. I don't. You just remind me of that when you said you got to learn the moves.
You know what's crazy? I can do Oscar's 10-hit, and I can't do Lydia's.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I can do Oscar's 10-hit.
That's crazy. Yeah, man, I gotta learn that myself, man, just to mess with people, because I think it does mess with people in a match and stuff like that. But yeah, so what are you doing to actively learn? Or are you doing anything to actively learn, like her move list or improve upon those things? Like, are you hitting the lab? I know I just recently started hitting the lab more often.
Yeah, I actually have been labbing a lot more frequently since joining this community.
That's what's up.
Because I did not lab at all. I never labbed anything.
Man,
and then I got beat up by Ant. I think Ant no round round me one time, and I was like, never again. So I started actually labbed King first. Started labbing King first, and yeah, I've been labbing since. But I think I was telling either G6 or Mr. J, like, I'm not somebody, I cannot learn from watching videos.
Right.
I have to learn.
I'm with you.
I have to be in the game, and you tell me, hey, I'm doing this. This is how you deal with it with that character. And then once you tell me that, I'm gonna do it from that point forward. Like, that's how I've gotten better with Lydia.
That makes sense.
Actively playing, and then someone saying use this more, and then I start implementing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that makes sense, man. That makes sense for real. I know with Ant, he plays King, so I already know when you say you start lapping the King. It was some alley kicks, man.
And I
already know. That's what I'm talking about. That's how I feel, bro. When I tell you, man, outside of my throw breaks, like when I first started playing the game, man, and like playing, you know, hopping in rank or whatever, and bro, Kings used to terrorize me with those alley kicks, man. But then I found out it was launch. I said, oh, yo. Oh, it's you know, it's like it did a complete 180. Not saying I don't still lose the Kings, but that opened up my world. I was like, man, now they can't use that. I just took away a move that they could use, you know. So the lab is definitely helpful and stuff like that. But
yeah, it's super helpful.
Yeah,
I don't remember who I was talking to. Just one of the homies that you know, plays casually like I do. And I was saying, I was like, dude, like, I was like, everybody hates the lab, but it helps, man. Like,
it helps.
The first time you see something in that list, or you know, somebody tells you, hey, you can do this, and then you go try to do it, and then you do it.
What?
There's no feeling like that. There's no feeling like that.
Facts, though. That's a fact, man. I've been trying the lab and stuff like that, man, for real, because it really does help. But I will say, but also similarly to you, with me just starting a lab, I really credit people actually helping me, like playing against them. You know, I feel like that's my best tool, my best method of learning, man, is applying it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like fighting you, like Lydia tears me up. But I remember, I don't know if you remember this. I'm not just trying to be for GGs, bro. I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, or you know, be offer flattery. But I got my TTG off a Lydia player. And
really,
my first time getting TTG, I got it off a Lydia player, and they were Omega. I don't remember who they were Omega with. But Lydia wasn't their main, but they were TTG as well. And I remember distinctly thinking about my games with you, because you were helping me learn how to adapt and how to take away those strings and how to react to some of those strings. So everybody can help anybody, man, no matter what level you're at. And yeah, so I value all these games, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just yeah. So I really don't think it matters. If you're trying to learn and you want to learn, you can learn at any time, at any moment, man. Just have fun with the game and do it with people that you are cool with and stuff. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, man, and get back into more the personal life of from a Tekken perspective of my boy Sage, man. So we'll be right back.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, all right, man. So I know we were talking about what you were doing to actively improve your game, man. I've seen the improvement, man. So I want to commend you for that. You know, and shout you out for that, man. I think you just got to keep going. But I know sometimes you also help me with this too. You be like, man, P, you got to play another game. Doc, you got to play another game. I'd be so freaking frustrated with Tekken. I want to be focused and, you know what I'm saying, and tunnel vision on improving. But like, what do you do besides play Tekken? Do you have any other hobbies, interests outside of Tekken, whether it's gaming, whether it's hooping, music, whatever?
Yeah.
Science?
So I do a lot of cooking. Some of y'all already know that I love like making dishes and like learning new recipes and stuff like that. That's one of my favorite hobbies right there. But it does get a little expensive because food ain't cheap sometimes.
It's not cheap, man. Them eggs? You seen them eggs a couple weeks ago?
Yes, and the milk. You seen the milk too, right?
Milk crazy, bro. I almost stole me a cow on the highway the other day, bro.
Right. Better be glad I ain't got a truck, man.
Right.
But I'm a huge, you know, people that are in my community that are in here, like, they know I'm a huge gamer. I love anime.
Right.
Love movies, music, like any media. I'm into that. I try to stay cultured and up to date on, you know, what's hot, you know, whether it's a song or it's a movie or it's a show. Like I like you know, engaging and stuff like that.
Right.
I think my first love is definitely gaming, man. I love a good, nice story experience from a game that makes you immersed and makes you feel like you're that character.
Right.
And, you know, you like it. I like every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll play, like I was playing Ace Combat. You know, that story
Yeah.
that game ain't that good, but it was fun to fly jets. Right now, I'm
Facts.
playing Need for Speed.
It's fun to watch too.
Nice cars,
Yeah.
but you know, it's certain games just like, you know, they put like Metal Gear Solid. It's my favorite game series. That story is phenomenal. Like, I would play
man.
that till I die. I would
Solid
probably play
Snake.
that once a year till I die.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, that's fire though. That is fire. And speaking of Metal Gear Solid, a couple things I want to add from that or dive deeper. You said Metal Gear Solid. I know you plan on playing that. I think you told me that earlier that you plan on playing that from start to finish, from the first game to the current.
I am definitely planning to do that. I don't know when. I gotta look at my stream schedule because I have other games on my stream schedule.
Right.
I'm gonna start from. I think I haven't decided if I'm gonna start from the first game or Metal Gear Solid 5 because that's the prequel.
Oh, word. That would make sense.
When I figure that out, I'm gonna go through the whole series and
Woo.
you know, do it on stream. So
That's what's up, man. That's
those are countless hours as a teenager playing
telling
Metal Gear
you.
Solid 3. We didn't have a computer in my house, so like when I would go to the computer lab at school, I would download the locations for like all the items in the game, and I would not go to bed till I found everything I could and couldn't stay up anymore. Type like that. I was that kid.
That's
so.
what's up, man. That's dope, man. So you're a gamer for sure. Yeah, man. I know you said you like to be immersed in the stories. Like I'm the same way too. Like my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy 7, because I felt like I was playing a movie. Like I was Cloud. And I know recently you've been playing that Yakuza series, man. That has been a joy to watch. I know you play Tomb Raider and like you mentioned the Ace Combat. Like I said, you play a variety of games. You play and you managed to make them all fun, man. So next on the horizon is, I know you say you play Need for Speed. You got Metal Gear Solid on the horizon. What are you playing right now at this moment besides Tekken, of course?
I'm playing Like a Dragon Ishin, which is a spin-off of the Yakuza series.
Oh, word?
Once
I didn't know
get
that.
through that. Yeah, it's a
It's a
spin-off.
spin-off. Oh, okay.
They borrowed the characters from the Yakuza series to tell the story of the Shinsengumi, which was a real group. It was like kind of like a militia. That's the best word I can use.
Okay.
During feudal times.
Right.
And they I think so far, because I'm at the end of the game, so far they've done an excellent job. I definitely recommend playing it. If you are or are not a fan of Yakuza, you will still enjoy that game. You can play that game and not play the Yakuza games. Like,
Okay.
it's separate.
Oh, that's dope.
So, but once we get through this, I'm gonna return to Last of Us 1 and then go to Last of Us 2 and then come back to Yakuza because I still have like 4 more Yakuza games to go through. So.
Okay, man. No, that sounds dope, man. I just realized I didn't close the blinds, man. I got the sun all beaming on me. That's all right. We shining. We shining. Sorry about that, y'all. So now we talked about the games and interests outside of Tekken. Do you have like a family? You have a partner? Or you know, say you have a job that you do, or is it just primarily gaming right now with streaming, or is there other things? You're in school, or you want to talk about any of that, your personal stuff? You got going on?
Yeah. I mean, no family, no partner.
Okay.
I'm in school full time.
That's what's up.
I was working, but they weren't willing to work on my school schedule. So I was like, I'm gonna go to school full time and then you know, work out the career part after that. Because I'm 30. I don't know if I said that earlier. I'm 30, so I've been working for a long time, and it was nice to take a break and just focus on school, man.
Nah, facts.
I'm tired.
Tired, yeah, man. Yeah, man. You're a hard worker, man. Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I get this degree in May, hopefully I can get something locked in with IT or even project management. Like I'm not opposed to project management or systems admin. I've done system admin in the past.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna work on that and then make it do what it do. So hopefully
sir.
travel and
Yes,
just
sir.
make some money.
Yes, sir, man. That's what's up, man. That's dope, though. And that's the reason why I asked you that, because I noticed that you still stream full time. You know what I'm saying? So that's very admirable, man. You chase you're pursuing your dreams from an academic standpoint, and your dreams and your passions from a gaming standpoint, from a streaming standpoint. So that's nothing to shy away from or anything to. That's commendable is what I want to say, man. So big salute to you, man. I think that's dope, man. Yeah, keep up your hustle, man. You stream more than full-time streamers, you know. So you know what I'm saying? So that only solely stream. So what you say?
I said what's crazy is I didn't used to be like that. I used to stream maybe once or twice a week, and now I'm kind of addicted to it. Like I love hanging out with y'all. Like,
yeah, man, that's fire, man.
Very genuinely speaking, I love this community, mine, other communities.
Likewise.
Twitch is a dope place as long as you know.
Right.
As long as you have dope people around. Twitch is
right.
A dope place if you got dope people around.
Right, man. That's a fact, man. Yes, sir. I'm sure the feeling is mutual, man. And yeah, now we wrap this up, man. We're gonna have we're gonna field some questions from the chat. I see some people turning up with the questions in the chat, so we're gonna field a couple of those. Please, Cookie, can you show me some of the questions that she identified? Let me see. I know King David had a question. Try to find it, man.
Yeah, David asked what anime characters did I want to see in Tekken 8, and I said I want to see Baki or Ippo.
Ooh.
Because most of the characters that I like use weapons, and I prefer hands in Tekken. If you notice, I play Lydia, she don't have no weapons.
No weapons, bro. I like that too. Straight hands. That's what's up, man. Hands. I think Baki would be a dope addition. Yeah, we answered that question, David, about why he chose Lydia. We have a question from Cookie. She said, "What is your favorite gaming story from your time playing games with me?" Yeah. Oh, that's from Selfish. Selfish asks, "What is your favorite gaming story from your time playing games with PG?"
There's so many, it's hard to pick. Maybe we would have to pinpoint a game and then decide. You know what? No. when we would play Xenoverse, and every time, I don't know if y'all remember this, but every time Doc died, it was our fault. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that. It was something we wasn't doing when he died.
Hey bro, I'm gonna say it, bro. I ain't gonna die unless it's somebody else's fault. You know what I'm talking about?
Somebody did something wrong. Unless somebody did something wrong.
That's a fact, bro.
I mean, it's too many to pick one. But it was always our fault if he died.
Mm-hmm. And it still is. Well, I have a question, man. So speaking, I don't think we asked this. I know we talked about it a little bit. With Tekken 8 on the horizon, who would you be most disappointed of their exclusion from the game? If they were not included in Tekken. Yeah, if they were excluded from the game. I'm talking about in any capacity, whether it's not just base roster, but they weren't even in it as a DLC. Who would you be most disappointed with?
Honestly, and some people may agree with me, I'm still salty about Bruce not being around. Like, I'm still salty that we don't have Bruce anymore. So I haven't let that go. I'm pretty positive he's not going to be in 8 because he ain't been back since, what was it, 4, 5?
Okay.
I don't remember what his last game was. It was one of those two.
I don't know. Well, that's what's up. I heard good things about him because his replacements are supposed to be Josie and Fakuram, right? Those like his kind of like similar play style. Okay, that's what's up, man. We have one more question from my guy, Nice, man. He said, "What's the worst game you played that you never played again?"
Fall Guys, for sure. I'll play.
That's crazy. Shots fired. Bow.
I'm playing. The worst game I have ever played. The worst game I've ever played. That's hard, man.
I can think of a game that made you mad.
What?
That wasn't a Callisto Protocol, or it wasn't working. My boy about to blow up the system, boy.
Callisto Protocol might be the worst game I've ever played.
And I don't even think it was from I know you're so excited about the game. Like, you just told me the backstories, the game it came from. I know nothing about Callisto Protocol. My boy was so excited. I knew everything when the data was coming out. And then my boy got it. I felt bad for him, and the thing just crashed. It just wouldn't work when them get past a certain checkpoint. Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah. So even if it's, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. I know that. I think that was only you're not the only person that had that experience, right? It was quite a few people.
Akuma had the experience too. He still beat it and he still enjoyed the game, but he saw like firsthand the issues that I was talking about. He was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't blame nobody for not playing this shit. Like it has issues." So.
Right, man.
But, yeah, I enjoyed what I did get to play. Like it had potential to be a very solid game, but they couldn't. You could tell they sold it off of the hype and not off what it was. Like they made us believe it was going to be a new and better Dead Space, and that's not what it was. Right. Also, I do have the answer to that question.
Okay.
The worst game I've ever played is called Left Alive. It came out around the same time Anthem did. It had the artist Yoji Shinkawa from Metal Gear, which was what made people buy it, and it takes place in the Front Mission universe. Front Mission is an old mech series. That is the worst game I've ever played. That is hands down the worst game I've ever
Sold to Left Alive.
played. Yes.
Never heard of it. I heard of Left for Dead. I never heard of Left Alive, but probably because it's so bad.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why. That's funny, man. One last question, but for my guy King David, man, and we're gonna wrap this up. He says, Sage, if Tekken 8 could have Solid Snake or John Wick, ooh, good question. Who would you choose? That's a good question.
Solid Snake or John Wick? This is a biased answer, but Snake. I'd rather see Snake. I would rather pause.
Me too.
But
That's crazy. Okay. Sorry, we have one more question. I'm gonna take it from Bliss, man. It says, Sage, so in times of playing people that you feel overmatched with in this game, that game being Tekken, how do you handle feeling overwhelmed? Do you weather the storm and then go for the win, or do you resign to it and try to learn something from the experience? In short, how do you stay positive with this game, which we kind of talked about earlier?
How do you stay positive with this game?
Right.
I leave. I take a break. I step away because I can't. I don't ever want to hate Tekken.
Right.
And I can't play Tekken if I'm not having fun. Because I will, even if I'm getting beat up, I will still go to 10. But everybody got their limit, and if I want to keep playing and enjoying this game, I have to step away for a little while, play something else, whether that's a day or a week or a month.
Right.
I will be back. So that's how I deal with it.
Nah, that's dope though, man. Yeah, I appreciate you filling those questions. Appreciate y'all listening and asking those questions, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up with my guy Sage, man. It was definitely fun, definitely a pleasure having you, man. I appreciate you taking out some time and dedicating to be on the podcast, man. And let the stream get to know you, man. Hopefully more people come check you out, you know, from this. Hopefully more people come check me out too from this. But you know, I really appreciate the friendship that we have formulated. You know what I'm saying? My time getting to know you, man. It's really been a pleasure. Really been a blessing.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you being here, man. Hopefully we might even have you back on, man, you know, and get another 1st to 5 or 1st to 10 or something, man. But yeah, just keep on with the Lydia. You're definitely improving. We're going to keep improving together, man. So, yeah, man. I appreciate you,
Sounds good, bro. Thank you.
Already, man. Anything else you want to say? Close with. Go follow my guy, man, on Twitch, man. Socials will be in the description. Go check it out.
No, I don't have any closing comments. I appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate everybody that is, decided to rock with me. Thanks to Doc. Doc makes it a point to shout me out all the time, and I very genuinely appreciate that, man.
For sure,
that's kind of rare on Twitch when every time you go in somebody's chat, they shout you out. So I try to be that dude. So, I thank y'all for real. Thank everybody that's in here that has helped me get better at the game. Anybody that I've fought, I appreciate all of y'all. So.
Likewise, my brother, man. Honor and a pleasure, man. I appreciate y'all. We out, man. That's podcast episode 3, man, with the Sage. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, man. We out. God bless. Peace. Enjoy what you just saw? Click on this playlist for more of my online matches and battles against the hardest CPU. Follow my other socials as well. Don't forget to like the video.